That snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We
you want one
can't, we
quick
can't, we
question?
can't ask Rashad questions.
Okay, now a very interesting thing happened today. Very interesting thing happened today. And it was a conversation I brought up with the homies. And yeah, man, it's a conversation I brought up with the homies. But so USC won, right? And the women's basketball team posted like the video of Kennedy Smith celebrating the win and moving their name up in the bracket and stuff. And it just brought up a interesting point because as you see, it went viral. It has 3.3 million views, 6.9 thousand likes, over 800 bookmarks, and yeah, and 63 comments. So here it is, Kennedy Smith, a freshman, and stuff like that, putting the name on the bracket. And you see Kiki with the pickup right there, and someone was like, Kiki always picking people up. So yeah, that was Kennedy. She kind of did it like almost like the style of like in the club where they come out with the little sparkles and the signs and stuff like that. And so this video like kind of caused a lot of conversation online. If I look in the comments, let's see. Oh, hold on. I hope the comments. Hey, come on, Twitter. Yeah. Okay. All right, bro. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, so I think we've seen enough. But yeah, there was one comment that said, I seen feet or I saw feet. What was it? What did it say? I seen feet. That's what it said. I seen feet. And it said, remember what you said about your digital footprint. I guess it's a guy that just like he like wows out on Twitter. And it's crazy. What's crazier is this man, his name, he put his account on private. His name is Bree Hall fan account. So he's like just unashamed, like moving like this. And he looks kind of grown. I don't know how old he is, but like he looks pretty grown. And so these are two college women, you know what I'm saying, that he's commenting on. Bree Hall, of course, she's a senior, so she's a bit, I don't know, weird, right? I don't want to say like I'd say older or whatever. But Kennedy Smith is a freshman. Hold on, let me see. Kennedy Smith's a freshman. Let me see if they have her age or anything like that. I don't think they do. But if she's a freshman, she's probably 18, 19 years old. She's born in 2006. Oh my gosh. Jeez Louise, bro. No. When you see stuff like that, I feel like everybody that want to make a comment like that, they need to see the kid's birthday, bro. Because I feel like that's going to change a whole lot on how you look or speak on the child, bro. I mean, and she's not a child. She's technically 18 and everything like that. But it brings up an interesting conversation because I feel like society's kind of standards and everything like that of what people like deem acceptable, like socially acceptable and stuff like that has changed. Like it wasn't until maybe I feel like the 2020s where people saw something with ages and they were like, nah, 21 and 22-year-old with a 30-year-old is weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? It felt like it wasn't like that. Like, say 2016, 2015, 2012. Of course, like anything pre-2010, it wasn't like that. Where it was like, that's kind of weird. It was just like they're two consenting adults. Nowadays, it's like with the Boston Richie situation. Boston Richie is 28. You seen he got it. He got. I don't know if you guys seen that, but Boston Richie, if you guys got jobs, but Boston Richie just got into something with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's pregnant. She's 19. He's 28, and their age difference has always been a big thing because I think like he like started publicly dating her when she was 18, and he was like 27, 26. So that whole kind of thing of like, this is weird. Why is there a 10-year age gap between the person who's barely legal and da da da? It used to just be, oh, they're legal, they're 21, it's fair game. They're 18, it's fair game. It's no longer like that. And so I feel like now in this new kind of weird space of like, I wouldn't say weird space, but of the space of like post people calling it out that that's not normal and things of that sort, even if it's quote unquote legal, like it's not normal. It brought me back to just the entire discussion of with the rise of the popularity of women's sports and women's basketball and everything like that. I think one of the things that we have to kind of take a look at is like, all right, how do we, you know what I'm saying, what does protecting these young women look like? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to commenting on their appearance. Like me growing up, I grew up in an era of like, you know, I was probably in like middle school and high school. What did I say? Middle school? More so high school when Skylar Diggins Smith was Skylar Diggins Smith at Notre Dame, who's now Skylar Diggins Smith, respect her husband. Uh and you know, it was a big deal. I think that's a great example. That's a great example, bro. It was a big deal about Skylar Diggins and people discussing Skylar Diggins' looks back then, because like she not only was she like the best player in the country, she was like she looked you know, she looked really good. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like Candace Parker. Like Candace Parker was also kind of like that, where a lot of people, she was a lot of people and dudes' crush back then, and she was like the best player in the country. And it was the same thing with Skylar Diggins Smith, to where hold on, age and okay, cool. So right, so one of the main people constantly talking about Skylar Diggins Smith looks and everything like that on a famous level was Lil Wayne. And so I just looked this up. Lil Wayne's age in 2011, and he was 29. He was about 29, and Skylar Diggins Smith was in college. No one called this like creepy or wild or anything, not that I remember. And but you know, he was like on her joint, like he was on the sideline, everything like that, you know what I'm saying? In her jersey, everything. And Drake was too. But Drake was probably closer to Skylar Diggins Smith age, because he said, I'm only 27 and I'm only getting better. And that was 2014. So that was 2014 when he said that on 0 to 100. 2011, he was 24. So like he was probably a bit closer to Skylar Diggins Smith in age at that point. But like, yeah, Lil Wayne was like darn near 30 at a college basketball player's game with her jersey, talking about how fine she was, and calling and tweeting about how that was his wife. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's kind of crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? But back then, folks wasn't calling it crazy for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Not that I remember. Like now, if I'm mistaken, and I was just too young to remember people calling it out, or I wasn't in the Twitter trenches enough or anything. I don't remember anybody calling it crazy at the time. So yeah, like what does this look like of making sure we protect the players and everything like that, in terms of people discussing their looks when they're still in college, when they're like ages 18 to 22, or 18 through 21, when they're young adults, like they're adults, they're legal, but they're still young, and it's still like a teenager, you know what I'm saying? What does that look like? So this entire conversation that I presented to my homies, because I was like, okay, like how do you guys feel about this, or whatever, when you see, you know, especially with like the NIL deals, like you see Libby Dunn in the gymnastics world, like she does uh the swimsuit edition every year for Sports Illustrated, and this year she's got on like a one piece and stuff like that with a hat. And I know, not because I was studying and just looking at it all the time, I know because I wrote a story about it before y'all get any ideas or anything like that. But you know, with the NIL, like of course, like the girls who, or the women, the athletes who the general society finds conventionally attractive, they're going to get deals kind of playing into that, right? Or advertisements, photo shoots, things of that sort. So because it makes them more marketable, because like, you know, people, it's just easy to look at. So with that being said, like how do you guys kind of react to that? Like it, like, do you feel bad if you're like, oh, this person, this player is kind of cute or whatever like that? Or are you like, oh, I shouldn't think that, that's terrible? And most of the homies was like, if they acknowledge it, if they're like, oh, this person is like attractive or whatever, or like, oh, that's a pretty girl or something like that, then they'll say that and then move on. They say, If you keep it pushing past that, then you creeping into creepy. You know what I'm saying? Just like brother here when he said I seen feet. You know what I'm saying? And then his name is Breehall fan account, which is even crazier. He doubling down on it. But you know, it's the same thing. It's like it's levels to it. It's like you can say like give your compliment and go. Once you get past the compliment and it's like, oh, you know, a lot of people were talking about Kennedy Smith's toes in this clip because you know she had like no shoes on and no socks on, and you see it in the comments as well. It's like, oh, wait, told her that. Like, I think that's getting kind of creepy. If you're over the age of 25 and you're talking about a 19-year-old college freshman's toes being out in the locker room, I think that is kind of wild, bro. It's kind of wild, man. It's kind of wild. So it's like it also brought me back to like this video I made in 2016 about the Olympics, and I spoke about a high school girls basketball coach talking about Sydney McLaughlin uh, and how she looked. She's married now, so her last name is a bit different. But like, yeah, in the time I was in college, and Sydney was like 16, her first Olympics in 2016. She was still in high school. This was before she went to Kentucky, and now she's just full-time professional and stuff like that. But yeah, and I saw the first couple seconds of this, and I was like, oh my gosh, it made me cringe. But you know, I think if you don't cringe looking at your old stuff, that's a sign that you didn't really grow. So here you guys go, a present for you. This has 2 likes and 34 views. 8 years ago. All right.
The games have begun.
They know to Wrinkles 2016 is crazy.
And all jokes aside, in Rio, all things are in full swing, and it is totally, absolutely, honestly awesome. But in the midst of all of this crazy.
All right, bro.
Craziness and all this hype and all.
Bro, my voice, dude, is like, I was like, if you want to go to the store, we can go to the store. I don't know. My name is Jeremy. I've been in the 2nd grade. All right.
All of this awesomeness. Just ask yourself
this awesomeness. Boy, I'm out the roast doing.
this one question. Have internet memes and trends reached an all-time temporary high throughout these games? I mean, just think about it. It seems so far away ago when the man crush and the man candy or whatever you want to call it for these Olympic Games would have been that shirtless dude at the opening ceremonies. Now it seems like that man crush has turned into older grown men crushing over a high school teenager. And as you look,
pocket, look. Hold on, twin. Hold on, twin. Hey. Don't ever tell me I've been fake or I've been the same the whole time, twin. What is we talking about, twin? Come on, man. And no, I ain't bleached my skin or nothing like that. I'm just in lighting, bro. It just got better lighting. That's it. I'm still dark skinned, bro. Come on, man. I'm just like, I got a light right in front of me. That's it. Because I'm looking at this. I said, dang. If someone was like, you bleaching your skin, I'd be like, dang, am I bleaching my skin? Anyways, that's crazy. Hey, salute to me, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't never switched up. Stayed the same. Never switched up. Always been me. What the heck? All right, anyways. Oh, and I was not doing that.
look at some of
He said Sydney McLaughlin, 17 is legal in Texas. That is so crazy, twin. She was in high school, bruh.
these disturbing tweets from men that are obviously over the age of 20.
Sydney McLaughlin is hot. I find it's funny how the Olympics are ogling festival.
I want to highlight specifically this one last dude. And the reason why I want to highlight.
If Sydney McLaughlin 17, I'm 17 is crazy. Bruh. If she's 17, I'm 17 is crazy, bruh. Oh my gosh, bro! I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm glad I called this out, bro. Bro, I've been on game even since a youngin. I knew what was right and what was wrong. That's why when I talk about these youngins and making mistakes, I say you still old enough to know what's right and what's wrong, huh? Huh? This is crazy, bro.
Highlight this last dude who told the traditional "if she's 17, I'm 17" joke, which goes under the same umbrella of "if she's 15, I'm 15."
Crazy. What was y'all on here doing? Bro, this was really jokes back in the day, bro. I forgot about this. Was a trend. This was something that was going on social media. It doesn't happen anymore. It don't happen no more, especially post not like us. But like this was a thing, bro. Like what Drake and like Maul. I mean, I don't want to throw people's names and stuff that I don't know how to do that. But it's like when you go through people's old tweets, they be tweeting crazy stuff, right? Like Maul, I'll say this. It was discovered that Maul had some crazy tweets from the past, but that's just how people was tweeting back then, bruh. But it's another thing to see this documented, bro. Oh my gosh, dude. Folks was really tweeting like this in 2016. This is 2016. People miss so much. That's crazy, dog. If she 15, I'm 15.
And if she 14, I'm 5.
If she 14, I'm 5. Hold on. It might be an advertisement. Bro, what is we doing right now, bro? If she 14, I'm 5.
Joke, atmosphere, and that whole cloud and everything like that. I want you to take a look at this dude's bio and why this one particular joke that he decided to put on public for the internet and Twitter to see is a bit more disturbing than all the rest of them. If you see his occupation in his bio, this man is a high school girls basketball coach. I just want you to let that sink in. This man is putting out that he's fine with 17-year-olds. It's no problem to him. And he's going to be working with them just as his full-time job. I'm just throwing that out there. And if you see his name, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce his name, but one thing I'm going to attempt to do is tell him to do better.
Bro, come on, bro. I was coming with the... All right, anyway.
If he doesn't, then the FBI will one day be knocking on his door, forcing him to do better. And moving on to some more positive things.
That's crazy, twin. I ain't gonna lie. I always been on timing, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I always been on timing. That is insane, though. I don't remember how bad it was, like, but it was literally that bad. Anyways, yeah. Let me know what you think, bro. Let me know what y'all think in the comments and stuff like that. Like what is like. At what point do you step up and kind of protect the athlete or whatever when you see an online comment that's out of pocket? You like, hey man, chill. Are you on like RoboCop timing? Are you on like, I don't know. I remember Juju. This was actually a conversation before the season started. I forgot all about it. Juju and Flage were talking about their stalkers and stuff like that, and the people obsessed with them. And the dude asked Juju for a picture, and his phone lock screen was Juju. And she was like, "Oh, come on, bro. Like, are you serious? Oh, like, come on, dude. Like we not about to do that." So yeah. Anyways, that's what happened with that. And yeah. I forgot what else. And people are just saying we have to protect these young women as the kind of popularity goes up, because it's always like a thing. Like the world is crazy. Like you guys know, the world is crazy. It's full of creeps. It's misogynistic. We're kind of beat over the head with all these kind of ideologies growing up and stuff like that. Like I remember watching like a Sweet 16 of one of the Diddy sons, right? Like the Combs boys. And then he was like, "Man, I better not see none of y'all like just dancing with your boys all night. Like don't nobody dance with girls no more. You need to grab you a girl and get at least one dance. I need to see all y'all fellas. And it's crazy, like the pressure he was putting on like these 15, 14-year-old kids. Like, I'm like, bro, like, and it kind of made sense back then of like, oh yeah, dudes need to talk to girls because they don't have the confidence to talk to girls no more. Just talk on social media. Like, I get that, but like at the same time, it was like, it's kind of crazy forcing, like, I don't know. It was crazy. It was crazy to me then, and I think with the context of what we know now, like it looks even crazier, right? Right. Okay. But so I don't know, man. I think it's just gonna be a thing that you have to be cognizant of as a fan of women's sports. Is gonna be, especially the men who are fan of women's sports, is gonna be up to us to really, like, you know what I'm saying? Protect the athletes. Protect the athletes, whether it's stepping in, hey, chill out. Reporting comments, reporting pages, whatever you got to do, make sure that you protect these student athletes, because as we know, it's not just comments and it's not just the internet. This stuff get real. Stalkers, mentally ill people, folks off their rocker is 100% real, bro. It just is what it is. So yeah, there's that. It is crazy looking at me in 2016 and seeing me now. All right, anyways, I'm gonna go to this next thing.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.